What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And the Daily Mail and various other newspapers, including the Goal newspaper as well, are reporting through Neil Jones that Liverpool are considering signing a midfielder on loan in the January transfer window. And I think somebody like Ryan Gravenberch or Milinkovic-Savic from like Lazio would be absolutely perfect, because the Daily Mail is reporting that Liverpool are in talks to sell Nat Phillips. They have recalled Billy Koumetio from his loan, and I think Reece Williams as well. So Liverpool have options in the centre-back area, even with Virgil van Dijk out injured. And if Liverpool sell Nat Phillips, then we could have the money to sign a player in this January transfer window, because Liverpool are in talks to sell Nat Phillips, who is 25 years old, in January, and he's really fifth choice at the moment, and he should go to a club where he's playing regularly. Bournemouth might be interested in him because he was on loan last year at them from January when Bournemouth got promoted to the Premier League. And I'm not the biggest fan of loan transfers, but getting a midfielder in on loan would be much better than getting nobody. And also, Liverpool are going to sell Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, or trying to sell Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in the January transfer window. Brighton are interested in him, but the deal hinges on whether his club, Liverpool, will let Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain leave for a very low transfer fee, or maybe even a free transfer this month. And if that frees up wages, then I think Liverpool should do it. Maybe get a couple of million from Brighton. And also, Liverpool could potentially sell Kevin Kelleher, our backup goalkeeper. And I think it's a good thing. I will explain why. Young players, if they in the future want to come to Liverpool, they can see Liverpool as a club not holding them back if they want to pursue a career elsewhere. So if you break through at Liverpool and if you are ready to play, but you can't play regularly at Liverpool, then if Kelleher is sold, then other young talents will see Liverpool as an even better, even more appealing destination, because Liverpool have a clear path to the first team, and also Liverpool won't get in the way of a career progress for a young player. And I think if somebody like Kelleher leaves Liverpool, then he will remember Liverpool fondly. Liverpool gave him a big opportunity, and he used this opportunity to further his career. And maybe when Alisson is past his best, and maybe if he's leaving Liverpool in 2, 3, 4 years, whatever it may be, then Kelleher would want to come back to Liverpool, because Liverpool helped him in his development. But if you hold Kelleher back and just put him on the bench most of the games, then he will resent the club sooner or later, and then he won't want to come back to Liverpool. And also, you are telling future prospects, future young talents, don't come to Liverpool, because here you will only sit on the bench, and we will hold your career back. So I think that these players are not just names on a team sheet. They are human beings with a higher hierarchy of wants and needs, and you have to manage that human side as well. You can't always just think about what is best for Liverpool. You also have to think about what is best for that young individual player and his career. And Neil Jones also gave an interview recently where he said that his gut feeling is that Liverpool will make a late midfielder signing in the January transfer window, either an opportunistic signing, so a player who is available for a cut price deal, or it could be a loan deal, or a short-term addition with maybe a player on a 1 year or 1.5 year contract. He still thinks that there is a chance that Liverpool will sign a midfielder in the January transfer window. And Neil Jones is also reporting that the operation for Bellingham is truly on. Liverpool are still hoping to sign the Dortmund midfielder, but it will of course need much more than Steven Gerrard's charm to pull the transfer off. And Real Madrid also are big fans of Jude Bellingham, and they are ready to build a new team around Bellingham's talents. Man City want to reunite him with his old pal Erling Haaland and introduce him to a new playmate in Kevin De Bruyne. And Man United and Chelsea have had their eye on Bellingham for some time. Man United's failure to land him ahead of Dortmund in 2020 must have hurt the Man United hierarchy more with each passing week. But a few months later, a Sport Bild report said that Liverpool are in advanced talks with Bellingham and his camp, and also we are in pole position to sign him. But then last weekend came the hat-trick. The Daily Star running the story, the revealing that Bellingham was set to reject a new contract from Dortmund, and they claimed it was Man City who were in pole position to sign him. The latest information from the Goal news outlet is that Bellingham wants to focus on Dortmund's season and try to finish the season as best as possible, and as he still hasn't made a final decision on his future. And Steven Gerrard, when he was a pundit at BT Sport, he said that I'm a huge fan of Bellingham. I think the way he moves across, the way he speaks about the game, the way he comes across in interviews, the way he's performing, he impresses me every time. Liverpool lack this running number 8 who can arrive in the box, who can get you a goal, who's got that power, who has got that burst of speed, and also who has got that finishing ability, who can step aside and really leave someone for dead. Bellingham ticks all those boxes, so he's the obvious signing. I want him, Gerrard said. All he needs to do is send his diary to me when he has got a free day. I will fly to Dortmund, personally take him out for a nice dinner, and we will talk about Bellingham signing for Liverpool. So obviously Gerrard wants to see Bellingham in a Liverpool shirt. And Bellingham has been a Steven Gerrard fan and a Jordan Henderson fan growing up, so we have as good a chance, I think, even a better chance than anybody else in world football if Liverpool are willing to pay Dortmund's asking price. And of course, apart from the asking price, Liverpool also need to convince Bellingham and really convince him that Anfield and Liverpool is indeed a place where he can achieve his ambitions, and that they can offer what Real Madrid and Man City can, the chance to compete year on year for the biggest prizes and the opportunity to become one of the best and most high-profile footballers in the world. 1 year ago, that might have been easy, with Liverpool flying high in the Premier League, reaching the Champions League final, winning the FA Cup and the League Cup. Who wouldn't have looked enviously at Liverpool when they made their 3rd Champions League final in 5 seasons? But the struggles of this season, both on the pitch and off the pitch, means that there are far more doubts and far more questions to answer. When you are looking to recruit one of the best and most wanted players in the world, the last thing you want is uncertainty, and there is plenty of that at Anfield around the ownership situation, where the club is heading, and also will Liverpool even qualify for the Champions League. But I'm hearing that Bellingham, that's not what his final decision will be based on, who is in the Champions League, who is not. He will think about the long-term project more. And Steven Gerrard even said that Liverpool right now are in the mid-table, in the middle of the Premier League. But I'm sure Jude Bellingham is bright enough to realize that, hang on, there is a new Anfield Road stand going up here. This is going to be a 60,000-seater stadium. They have got one of the best 5 managers in the world. They have won the Premier League lately, and they have been in the Champions League finals lately. So Liverpool pay well, they've got some fabulous players, and they develop players here. So it ticks an awful lot of boxes. But yes, Liverpool right now are in mid-table, and they need to get out of that. And I think they will get out of that. Liverpool will probably finish in 5th or 6th place. Hopefully, if everything clicks again, if Darwin Núñez, Jota, Diaz come back fit and firing, then I can't see a world where Liverpool don't climb up the table. I mean, it would be the biggest embarrassment if teams like Fulham, Brentford, Brighton finished ahead of Liverpool. With the team Liverpool have, with the resources that Liverpool have, it would be an absolute travesty. But it's a possibility, because at the moment Liverpool are really struggling for form. And even Fabrizio Romano on his own podcast said that Liverpool are calling almost every day to ask about the updates on the situation of Jude Bellingham. So Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp are keeping a hand on the pulse of this situation, and they want to keep being updated around like what Bellingham wants, what Bellingham needs, what his plans are, anything. And I think with Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp wanting Bellingham so much, there is no doubt that they are willing to pay what it takes to bring Bellingham to Anfield. It's just a matter of, will Bellingham choose Liverpool or not? That's the biggest $1 million question, if you like. And Florian Plettenberg, a German journalist who is very reputable, has said that Julian Ward, Liverpool's chief transfer negotiator, has spoken to Bellingham personally. Jurgen Klopp is pushing, according to Plettenberg, and he has made it clear that Bellingham is his #1 target, and I think Liverpool will try do everything in their powers to sign Jude Bellingham in the summer. And Jimmy Gerger said something very interesting regarding the Jude Bellingham transfer. He said, I used to say this to Steven Gerrard if he was ever going to Real Madrid, because Real Madrid used to come knocking for him every year. I always used to say to him, if you are ever going to go, you've got to go at your absolute prime. If I was Jude Bellingham, if you go to Real Madrid now, then where do you go from Real Madrid? For me, I think he should sign for an English club on a 5 or a 6-year deal, and then go to Real Madrid when he is at the peak of his career. And I think that's actually a very sensible idea, and something that maybe Jude Bellingham will follow. Of course, it would be heartbreaking to see Bellingham go to Real Madrid when he's at his prime, but also it's better to sign Bellingham now and get 5 years out of him than to just not sign him at all. And Jurgen Klopp also said something very interesting, and he kind of mocked Chelsea's rebuilding strategy of just splashing the cash and spending an ungodly amount of money on new transfers. Liverpool are of course doing things differently. With the owners that we have, we don't really have another choice right now. He said, I'm not saying it's the biggest challenge, but it was a challenge, and it was one of the main reasons why I signed a new contract at Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp said. I knew it's necessary to rebuild this team. It will not go on overnight. And imagine the situation now with another coach in my chair. I would be somewhere on holiday and everybody would shout my name. With him, it would not have happened. I'm obviously not a miracle worker. That's why it's good how it is, because all the problems you have in a transition time period, we have an awful lot of injuries, and that makes life really complicated. I have no problem with that, because I know the majority of the outside world is just interesting in the short term, but we have to be long-term focused as well, and that's what we are. There are obviously plenty of different ways you can do it, but it's all based on the situation you are in, especially with the things happening around Chelsea with the new ownership. Obviously nobody knows exactly how they do it, how they can spend so much money. Other teams, nobody likes me talking about that, but transition needs time if you don't have endless money. Otherwise you can change overnight, pretty much bringing in 10 new players like Chelsea is doing. Just my comment. Last week I got a question if I am too loyal to my players. I'm not too loyal, but questioning loyalty in general is a sign of our time, the time we are living in as well, which I really don't like too much. I never saw anything bad in loyalty, to be honest, to your friends, to your family, to your company. In an ideal world, you are loyal and it's not a one-way street. They are loyal back to you as well. That's an ideal world when both sides feel the same and big things can grow. So hopefully Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp can turn around this season. I think once our injuries will ease, and also this new playing style I think will work. Hopefully that Liverpool will sit back a little bit more and be more compact defensively and not so wide open in midfield. The Brighton test in the FA Cup will be very, very interesting. With the new tactics, hopefully Liverpool can knock Brighton out, and then we can go on a deep run in the FA Cup. I think Liverpool's best chance of winning a trophy is the FA Cup, because I don't see us winning the Champions League, and the Premier League title is already gone. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.